theory questions. So, but I'm gonna tell you that this one is based on this chapter. So when you look at question 1, you can see that this one is based on chapter 1. So you just write it here. Let's use this one. And another thing, when you prepare for your exam, the one that you're going to write on Monday, make sure that you also do theory questions. Because I think it was last year, for those who wrote this exam last year, you saw most students were complaining that most of the questions were theory questions. So make sure that when you prepare, don't focus more on the calculations. Also do theory questions. Because now you have how many days? You have 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, to prepare for the exam. So this one also is based on chapter 1. So on our side, we'll focus more on the ones that are calculations. Then this one is chapter 1. And then this one is chapter 2. Question 3 is based on chapter 2. Chapter 2. Oh. And if you want this document, please let me know. No, the one that's to edit. Then yeah, so meaning on our side, we'll start with question 4. This one. So now when we look at this question 4, it says you must use the following extract of random numbers to do what? To identify the number of the second learner to be included in the sample. So you see with this kind of questions, this one also is based on chapter 2. One is based on chapter 2. Chapter 2. Under chapter 2, the question is based on what we call the simple random sampling. So now, remember, with this kind of question, again, it's based on the simple random sampling. They said they want you to identify the number of the second learner. So the keyword here is the second learner to be included in the sample. So rule number 1, when you are dealing with simple random sampling, remember, you will be given the population, which is capital letter N. You'll also be given the small letter n, which is the sample. You'll also be given this. Now, let's look at our question. Our question starts from here. Let's look at the scenario. It says that a school wants to survey 100 learners. So you have 100 learners about their satisfaction with the new cafeteria menu. So now they say to do this, now the school randomly selects 100 learners from the entire learner pool. That means it's consisting of 1,250 learners. So can you all see that the population will be 1,250? 1,250. Can you all see that our population will be 1,250? Then the small letter n will be equal to 100, because that is our sample. I hope you can all see that. I see someone saying I can't join. Can you all see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So now, when you are dealing with the simple random sampling, always remember you are going to use your population. You don't use your n. You don't use small letter n to find the answer. You use your population, which is 1,250. So you're going to check the numbers. The random numbers that you're going to check, you must make sure that they don't exceed your population. Like for e.g., the first number gets 4 numbers, 1,250. So which is 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we check here, we are going to check 4 numbers, which is 5,951, or 1. The first number, that's 5,951, which is, it's more than this population. So it's out. We don't count. So 18, it's 5,951, and then it's 8,259. Even this one, it's more than, or 1. It's more than our population. So we're not going to count this one because it's 8,259. Then now we have 6,204. 6,204, it's more than. We're not going to count this one. Then we have 5,406. 5,406 is more than our population. Then we have 4,180. It's more than our population. Now we have 0,287. Look at this one. That will be the first learner here. 0,287. So this 0,287, we know that it's 4 numbers, 0,287. But on your multiple choice, they're going to take it as 287. That's 287. But when you look at the random numbers, it's 0,287, which is, it's less than 1,250. Remember, it does not exceed our population. So yeah. So if you don't have a question, please mute your mic. Just do this. Okay. Guys, if you don't have any questions, please mute your mic, or else then I think I'll have to remove that person. But if you want to ask a question, you can use that. Like there's this emoji that you can use to raise up your hand, and then you can unmute your mic and speak. So yeah. So now we have the first learner, which is 0287. Then the second one here, look at this one, 2589. Or 2589, it's more than 1205. So you're not going to take this one. Then this one, it's 1204, or 1204. So now when you look at this one will be the second lane. So we have the first lane, the second lane. So meaning now, when you look at the question, they said we must identify the number of the second lane to be included in the sample. So the number on the second lane will be 1204. The answer will be option B. Our answer will be option B. So yeah. So any questions before we move to the next one? So if you don't understand, please let me know. You can use that emoji where you raise your hand. So I see the trouble. Yeah, you can unmute your mic.
Good day. Good night, sir. Can you please repeat again because I just joined?
All right. Okay, it's fine. All right. Now, agree. It's a pleasure. So let's look at the question, the scenario. It says that now a school wants to survey 100 learners about their satisfaction with the new cafeteria meal. Now, to do this, the school now randomly selects 100 learners from the entire learner pool. That's which meaning consisting of 1,250 learners. So meaning the total number of the learners or the population, it's 1,250. Out of that 1,250, they want to survey 100 learners. So meaning that 100 will be the sample size. That will be our sample size, which is small letter n. So when you look at this, capital letter N, which is the population, it's 1,250. Then the sample size, it's 100. So now, here the question says that we must use the extract of random numbers to identify the number of the second learner to be included in the sample. And now, when they say that you must assume that the sampling is done without replacement, if it happens that, let's say, for example, we saw that there was 0287 on the first learner, then on this one, you still see 0287, you're not going to take it again. You just take only one or one. So here, we are going to use our population, which is 1,250, because we're dealing with a simple random sampling. We always focus on the population to find our random numbers. We're going to check, since the population is 1250, which is 4 numbers. I'll focus on 4 numbers, but we must make sure that the numbers that you're going to choose, the random number that you're going to choose does not exceed the population size, which is 1250. So the first one, it's 5951, 4 numbers, which is 5,000. So 5,000 already exceeded 1,250, but you're not going to take that one because it's more than. The second one, 8259, it's more than. You're not going to take that one. 6204, it's more than. 5406, more than. 4180, it's also more than. Now you have 0287, which is now, it's like 287, which is less than 1,250. So that will be the first lane. Or when then you move on, you check another one, 2589, it's more than. You're not going to check that one. Then now you have 1204, that's 1,204, which is it's less than 1,250. So it means that that will be the second lane. Then that's why you look at the question, they say you must identify the number of the second learner to be included in the sample. So the answer will be 1204. Then you get your with 2 marks. 2 marks. So yeah, I hope now it makes sense. So do you still have a question?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, it's a pleasure. All right. So let's continue. So question 5. Let me just do here. Okay. So if you don't understand, please let me know. So question 5 is based on chapter 2, this one. And if you want this document, just let me know. So question 5 is based on chapter 2. This one is also theoretical questions. Because I'm going to focus more on the calculations. So that meaning you guys on your side, you will do what is the thing? You will do theory questions. Theory questions. Let's see. So now question 6. Question 6 is based on chapter 2. Question 6. So let's try. So always like make sure that for the exam that you guys are going to write on Monday, before you say that the answer is B, C, D, or A, make sure that you analyze the question to say that, okay, on this question, I'm given this, 1, 2, 3, and I'm required to find this. Even if it's theory questions, make sure that you understand already the stratified random sampling, the simple random sampling. That way, then I'm telling you that you'll get good marks. So yeah. So let's try to analyze this one. Because remember, statistics is about analyzing of data. One. It's analysis of data and also making conclusions or drawing conclusions about the population parameter. So for those who will be doing inferential statistics second semester, that's Sttn 121. Yeah. So you guys will be drawing conclusions about population parameter. So when you look at this question here, let's analyze the question step by step. It says that a small university is conducting research on the academic satisfaction of the students from different faculties. So it means that we are dealing with different faculties. We have a faculty of arts, engineering, and science. Under those faculties, we have the number of students. But here's the question. Let's try to do like this. So if I may ask, under the faculty of arts, that 1,250, because now, if you look at the question, we can now see that we are dealing with a proportional stratified random sampling. How do we see? They give you a hint by saying that we must use, it uses what? A proportional stratified random sampling. So meaning chapter 1 is theory. You can write it down. Chapter 1 is theory. Chapter 2 is also theory, but the calculations under chapter 2, they come from stratified random sampling, and the other one is for simple random sampling. That one deals with the random number. So already 2 chapters. So now with this question, already you can see that it's based on stratified random sampling. So if I may ask you, because this one, look at the faculty of arts. That 1,250. Again, we know that with the stratified random sampling, you're going to use this formula. Let me show the formula that we are going to use. This is the formula that you are going to use. This one, or what? The one with a small letter n I and capital letter n I. This one, you're going to use this formula under stratified random sampling. So let's go back to ask the question again. It here. Let's go back. So now when we look at this question, so when we look at this question here, this 1,200, is it small letter Ni or capital letter Ni? Anyone?
Capital letter Ni.
Okay, then why are you saying it's capital letter Ni?
It falls under the population. It is the
Yes, correct. Yes, so this one is capital letter Ni for arts. Even this one is gonna be Ni for engineering, and this one will be for the science. But now, if it's like this, the question is, let's look at the question. It says that if the university uses proportional stratified random sampling, it is known that 75 students from the Faculty of Engineering are included in the sample. What is the total sample size that the university is using? Now let's look at the thing. The question is, do we know the value of capital letter N, the population? Do we know the population? No, we don't know the population. So how do we get, if we don't know the population, which method are we going to use to get the population? We are going to use those capital letters NI, or what? 1,250, 300, and 450. So can you please add 1,250 plus 300 plus 450 and check the answer? That 2,000. That 2,000 will be for the population. So 2,000 will be for population. So now here, what is the small letter I, the sample size? It means you are required to find the sample size, because they said, what is the total sample size that the university is using? So this 75 students, that's the random sample size. That's a stratified random sample size from the Faculty of Engineering. So meaning under the Faculty of Engineering, the small letter n I will be equal to what? Will be equal to 75. like this, 75, like this. We're looking for capital letter, small letter n. So which method are you going to use? You can either use that formula, but there's this one that you can also use. It's the same thing. Capital letter I divide by capital letter n, which is equal to small letter ni divide by small letter n. It's the same thing that with that one on the formula sheet. So now we're going to substitute to say that capital letter I. Remember, since that 75% students, 75 students graduate from the Faculty of Engineering. So it means that for the capital letter N, NI, we're going to use the 1 year 300 because you're focusing on the engineering students because you are given the sample size here. Divide by 2000, like this, 2000, then which is equal to what? Now it's equal to, let me just do this. That makes sense. Okay, like this. Then which is equal to what? The small letter I is 75. 75 divided by N. Then what? Now from here, you do what? You do cross multiply like this. Cross multiply here and this one. So now you're going to have what? 2000, and then you multiply that 2000 with 75, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 300n. 300 and then n, like this. Then obviously you're going to divide both sides by 300 for you to get to the value of n. 300 this side. Therefore, the value of n is equal to, so please 500, right? Okay, 500. So therefore, now that the total sample size is equal to 500. Is option D, like this. Option D. So yeah. Any questions? Any questions? If you have any questions, please, can you just let me know, just raising the hand. So I believe you're all okay with the all understood question 6. So let's question 7. This is also theory and it's based on chapter 2. So I can put it here. This one is based on chapter 2. So let's go to this one. This one here, it's based on chapter 3. Chapter 3. Questions, chapter 3. Question 8. Because I'm going to focus more on the calculations. Then question 9 is based on chapter 3. Chapter 3. Let's see. So this one is also calculation. So it says, now the following array contains the ages of presidents at the time of their, I don't know this thing, inauguration. Yeah. Now let's see. This is our data. Ne? So look at this. Ne? This data it's ungroup data or one. So they say that if a frequency table of the data is to be constructed, we must use, look at this, we must use this rule. We must use this rule to do what? To determine the number of classes. Do you guys still remember the formula for this rule? K is equal to 1 plus
1,4 in log.
Yeah, you can also still use that one, yeah, log. So this one is there, I think, on formula sheet. Because I can remember you'll be given the table, the probability table, and also the formula sheet. It's supposed to be somewhere. This one. So you're going to use this formula. We use it for the number of classes. This formula here for the number of classes. See? Okay. So now the method we're going to use that one. K is equal to 1 plus 1.4 ln n to be used. So let's start by calculating the number of classes. Then after we'll calculate the class width. So now here you want to say 1 plus 1.4 and then 1.4 ln like this. Then what is the value of n? For the value of n, you're going to count how many numbers we have here. You're going to count them. So n is equal to, when you count here, what is the value of n? When you check here,
35.
35.
55. I heard someone say 55, 35, 55.
35.
35.
Okay. 35. Then now it's going to be 1 plus 1.4 ln. Then you put 35. Remember, with stage rule, the number of classes, you must always round your final answer to whole number. So if you get the answer of 4.5 something, the answer will be 5 like this. But if you get the answer of 4.255 or something, the answer you're going to take it as 4 like this, to whole number. So what do you get here when you punch this on a calculator?
6.
6. Okay, so now it means that the number of classes is equal to 6. So now let's calculate the class width. The class width is equal to range divided by k. Range divided by k. So we're gonna put divide by k. So what will be the maximum number?
69 minus 42.
The maximum number will be equal to 59. So what about the minimum number?
42.
42. 42. Then now you can now calculate the range to say that the maximum minus the minimum. Then you get the answer. And you're gonna check the answer. So then when you say 59 minus the smallest number, then what do you get as the range?
4.5.
4.5.
27. Wait, 27. The range is 27.
7. So 27 divided by 6. And then the answer is equal to
4.5.
4.5.
4.5. So now let's check the options. So remember, when checking the options, we're going to start with the answer stage rule, followed by the one at class width. Because they said the number of classes and the class width are the respective. So when you check, you're going to check this one, 6 and 4.5. 4.5 and 6, no, because 4.5 is for the class width. Then what about D? What about E? No, not that one. Even C, out. The answer is between option A and B. But now remember, we're going to start with the 1 year 6 again. So the answer will be option A. You can all see that. The answer will be option A. And you get your answer, 2 marks. So yeah. So any questions? Okay, let me know if you guys have questions now. Okay, let's go to this one. They say you must use the following information to answer question 10 to 12. Okay, let's see. So question 10 is based on chapter 3. Chapter 3. Then they said, so on this question, they said the following cumulative frequency polygon was constructed based on data regarding the height in centimeter of grade 6 learners. So when you look at this, so when you look at this cumulative frequency polygon, it says the first question, which is question 10, it says, what is the total sample size of the given data set? You're not given a table, you're given a graph. How do you get the sample size? You look at, you see this line here, this line straight, this line here, and then this is where you're going to get your n. This line, you just go straight here. This the last line here, that's where you're going to get the value of n. So you'll see that the value of n is equal to 50 by 1. N will be equal to 50 with this thing here. That's sound. You don't look at this one of 6, no, because remember this line, I reach you on this part here 6, so you reach on the part here 50. So the value of n will be equal to 50. So the answer will be equal to 50. Our answer will be equal to 50. Great. So any questions?
That's fine. No.
Right. Okay. All right. Now let's look at
Please
question.
repeat.
You're saying?
Please repeat.
Okay. Okay. Let's look at the question again. It says, what is the total sample size of the given data set? Again. So when you look at this, you are given a cumulative frequency polygon graph again. So meaning you are required to find n, the small letter n. So how do you get the small letter n? You would go here. You see this line here, this the last line here. This way you're going to get the n. So you're gonna use your ruler, go straight, go straight, and then then you will see that n will be equal to 50. That's the method you use to get the sample size, which is n. Always you look at the graph, because now you are not given the table. Or if you are given the table, you will be given the table. Maybe you'll be given intervals and the frequency. So for you to get n, that's when you add all your frequencies, then you get the value of n. But here in this case, we are given the graph. So for us to see or how to calculate the value of n or to determine the value of n, you just look at this line here, the last line or what, then you get your value of n. So yeah, you got it, ne? Right. Okay, let's go to this one. Let's see. All right. All right, now let's move to question 11. Question 11, based on chapter 3. Chapter 3. So question 11. You see, with this kind of questions, like from 11, question 12, make sure that you use a rule to check for when you estimate. Make sure that you use a ruler one. So let's look at this one. It says approximately how many learners are shorter than. So like the keyword here is shorter than 120 centimeter. So if they say shorter than 120 centimeter, you're going to check where there's 120. So if you go up here, you're going to check where there's 120. Go and check here. So 120, or whether it's going to be above 40. If you check, I think when you look at the options, you're going to see that it's above 40. So when you estimate, you can say it's 41. You're going to say it's 41. Can you all see that? What do you guys don't understand?
We do.
Okay, all right. So the answer for this one will be equal to 41. The one you're shorter than will be equal to 41 for this one. 41, because it can be 59. 49. But look at the way we go. I guess this is 40. Then above 40, then you're going to use that one. Then you take 41. And this one. So then question 12, based on chapter 3. Also question 12. So you can see what now so far. The questions that are based on chapter 1, 2, 3, a lot. So make sure that when you prepare, also don't forget to do the theoretical questions. Yeah, so let's see. So question 12, it says approximately what percentage, number one, what percentage of learners? So now keyword number one is the percentage of learners. What percentage of learners have heights between 110 centimeter and 125 centimeter? So if now they want the 110 centimeter and 125 centimeter. Do you guys still remember with the probability? If they say calculate the probability, or what is the probability between two numbers, the two x values? They say maybe 30 and 50. You know that between you're going to find the z value, the two values. Then after you find the probabilities. Then after you compare them, there's the maximum minus the minimum. Same applies to this one. We are going to find the number of learners for bowel height 110 centimeter and the ones for 125 centimeter. Then after we say this one minus this one, then we're going to, because they want the percentage, we're going to divide it by the total of, which is n, which is 50. Then you multiply by 100 because they want a percentage. So yeah, let's do it. So let's check. 410 centimeter for estimation. When you estimate, it's somewhere here, 110 centimeter. Can you see? So we can say this one, can you say it's 10 or it's above 10?
Exactly 10.
It's right below 10, or it is 10.
So when you check, you're going to check which one? Are you going to check 10 or are you going to check 11?
10.
It's 10.
Okay, 10. Then there also is 125. Let's check for this one. For 125. So 125, you're going to check which value? Let me
48.
48. Okay, was 48. For this one is 48. So now you're going to say, remember I said with between. Between The bigger one, 48 minus 10. You divide it by what? Because I get a percentage. Unless if they said approximately how many students, like how many learners are between 110 and what one, then you don't have to divide by 50. Because the reason why you divide it by 50 and multiply by 100, because you want the percentage. So you divide by 50, then you multiply this by 100. Then you check the answer.
76%.
Which is option C. This one, correct. So you get your free 2 marks. Side 2 marks. With the side 2 marks. So it's easy to get distinction with states. I always tell you, it's easy to get distinction. But the aim is to make sure that you guys get good marks. You understand the content, then after you apply that in the exam or in test, then you get good marks. Let's see. So any questions before we move to question 13?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can ask.
I want to ask, why are we dividing by 50?
Okay, the reason why I divided by 50, I agree with they want a percentage. So basically
Yes.
this question is talking about a relative frequency, but just they are not telling you that they want a relative frequency. I agree they want a relative, I think it's a relative percentage frequency. Yeah, that one where you have to, you said R is equal to the frequency divided by N. You multiply it by 100. So with this one,
Okay.
when they say approximately what percentage of learners, what you're now, let's say for example, they said approximately what percentage of learners maybe have heights, yeah, shorter than 110. So I agree, you know that we're going to take 10. For example, you're going to take 10, but because they want a percentage, which we have to divide by the total number of those learners. You take 10, you divide it by the total number of learners. But if they don't mention a percentage or approximately what percentage of learners have heights between this, you don't have to divide it by 50, or you don't have to divide it by total number of learners. And again, if they say the relative frequency of learners who have heights between this one and this one, we know that with the relative frequency, you need F divided by N. So this question is referred to relative frequency, but they are not telling that it's a relative frequency.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
A pleasure. A pleasure. Then okay. Let's any more questions? All right. Okay, let's look at question 13. Question 13, chapter 3. Chapter 3. So now let's look at this one. It says that a blood test now was used to determine the main blood type of army recruits. Now the data are summarized in the following frequency table. So when you are given a frequency table. Okay, great. So we have a blood type A, B, and O. So this one, we also, now we are given the frequency, so on. So they're asking, what percentage of the army recruits have O blood type? So we see with this one, they said a percentage. What percentage of the army recruits have the O blood type? Think about this now. Remember what I said, a relative frequency. Relative frequency, remember, small letter r is equal to the frequency, like this, the frequency divided by n, like this. So now, the thing is, do we know the value of n? No, but we can use the frequencies to calculate the value of n by saying 5 plus 7 plus 4 plus 9, and then you get the value of n.
It's 25.
5.
25.
Okay, thank you. Now again, now we know that n is equal to 25. Now we're going to check the frequency for the O blood type, which is 9 here, which is 9. Therefore, we're gonna say 9 divided by 25.
25.
But we're not done. Why? Remember, they want the answer in the form of percentage. That's why you have to multiply it by 100 to get to the percentage. Then you'll get the answer,
36%.
which is option A. This one correct. Then you get 2 marks. So if you can now count the 2 marks, 2, I will see that you're gonna get above 50. So it's gonna be out of 35 multiple choice questions. I think Yeah, 35. So any questions? All right, okay. Now let's look at question 14. So question 14 is based on chapter 3. Chapter 3. So question 14 says, if a pie chart of the data is to be constructed, one of the minute they mention this here, just know now for the angle, you're going to multiply by 360 degrees for the pie chart. So okay. Now what would the size of the angle associated with B blood type? So they are referring us to the B blood type, which is this one of 7. Already we know the value of n. So you're gonna say now 7 divided by 25, which is the value of n, multiplied by 360 degrees. Then you get the answer. Remember now we are looking for the size of the angle. So if they're talking about a pie chart, always remember the revolution of a pie chart is 360 degrees. Whatever that you do, multiply by 360. Then the answer is equal to
100.8 degrees.
is this one, correct. So another 2 marks now. Yeah. Then question 15. The theory question is based on chapter 4. Chapter 4. Then theoretical questions. So let's look at this one. Yes, I like this one. Oof. I like this one. Let's see. It's question 16. So question 16, chapter 4. Like this one. So got this one. It says now a telecommunication provider has now implemented a system of charging telephone calls. It's based on the duration of a call. Now, to find out how this new charging system will affect its customers and market research, a company monitored the duration of calls and summarized the data in the following frequency table. So look at this now. Step number 1. This thing is based on grouped continuous data. I'm just going to type GCD. Grouped continuous data. This question. Why? How do you see that it's based on grouped continuous data? Because we are dealing with the intervals. With stats, whether this one that you guys are doing for first semester, even the one that you're going to do second semester, you must always ask yourself a question, and also think out of the box. Okay, here I'm given this, and I'm required to find the value of x, or I'm required to find the mean or hypothesis testing, those kind of things. So always you must make sure, or always you put sure. The reason I'm saying you must make sure learn on your side you understand what you are doing. Okay, here I can see that I'm given the data, the duration and the frequency. Durations in minutes. So the question is based on group continuous data. Or the factor you can realize of the question, or the factor of the question is based on group continuous data. It's going to help you, because even the formula that we are going to use to find the value of x, it's under group continuous data. Okay, so we're given the mean. They say that if the mean, arithmetic mean duration of a call is 19.1 minutes. Okay, let me use this one. Use this one. Just this document. So it's 2025 exam paper. Just 2025 exam just stats Sttn. Sttn 3.1. Okay. Let's look at the question, which is question 16. Question 16. So now let's check. So we're given the mean. Remember x bar. X bar is equal to 19.1. 19.1. Remember, again, now we know that the question is based on grouped continuous data. So therefore, x bar here is equal to what? X bar is equal to the summation of fm. The summation of fm divided by n. What? Divided by n. Already, renally, the mean of 19.1, like this, which is equal to the fm, remember, stand for the frequency. You multiply the frequency with the midpoint. So I want us now to find the midpoint. Let's find the midpoint. Let's write it here. So do you guys know how to do? I hope you know how to calculate the midpoint. 2 plus 8 divided by 2 get the first midpoint. So I need you guys to give me the midpoints for the first one till the last one. What would be the midpoint for the first one?
5.
5. Okay. Then the second one?
11.
11. Then the third one?
17.
17.
17. Then the fourth one?
23x.
23. Then the fifth one?
35.
35. Then the last one? This
No,
one?
the last one is 35.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 6. This one I got 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Or you still have another 23.
The second last is 29. Then the last one is 35.
Yes.
Okay, 29. And the last one is 35, ne?
Yes.
Okay. So 29. This is gonna be here. 29 and the last one is 35. Okay, let's see. Okay, 23, 29, and also these are your midpoints, like 5, 11, 17, 23, 29, 35.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's go here. So now the summation of FM, we're gonna start with the first one. So the first one is gonna be 13 as the frequency multiplied by midpoint as 5. So we're gonna say now 13 multiplied by 5, ne? Plus we're gonna go to the second one. The second one, 22 multiplied by 11. Gonna be 22, then multiply by 11, then plus the third one, 11 multiplied by 17. Gonna be 11, then multiply by 17, like this. Then plus, remember now we're multiplying our frequency with the midpoints. Then the other one is x multiplied by 23. X multiplied by 23, so that one I can just say 23x. I get x multiplied by 23 is gonna be 23x. 23x. Then plus, then 10 multiplied by 29. 10 multiplied by 29, which is 10 multiplied by 29. Okay? Then plus, then the last one is gonna be 16 multiplied by 35. 16 multiplied by 35, like this. 35. Then you're gonna divide this whole thing by what? Let me cancel this one and put it here. And put it here. This is equal to, it's 19.1. So when I divide this by n, how do you get the value of n? You're going to add all your frequencies, then you say plus x. Because remember, even x included plus x. So you're going to add 13 plus 22 plus 11 plus 10 plus 16. Then you get the answer. When you add them, what do you get on your calculator? On your side, what do you get on your calculator?
72 plus x.
It's 72.
Yes.
Is it? Okay, 72
72.
plus x. One. So now let's continue. So 19.1 is equal to, we're going to divide this by 72 plus x, like this. So let's start. 13 multiplied by 5, it's equal to
65.
55.
65.
65.
65.
Okay.
Yes.
5. Then plus, now it's 22 multiplied by 11.
242.
242.
42.
242.
Or 2. And then plus 11 multiplied by 17.
187.
187. Then this one is plus 23x. 23x. Then it's plus 10 multiplied by 229.
290.
290.
90. Then plus, I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put an arrow. Now 16 multiplied by 35.
560.
560.
560.
160, like this, correct. So now we continue. Say therefore 19.1, which is equal to, we divide this by 72 plus x. Now you're going to add 65 plus 242 plus 187 plus 290 plus 560. You're not going to enter 123x because you are looking for the x. Plus 23x plus 23x, like this. So how much you get when you say 65 plus 242 plus 187 plus 560 plus 290?
1344.
1344.
1344.
Yes.
Yes.
1344. Okay, thank you. So now here we're going to do a cross multiply. Cross multiply. What? Then when you do cross multiply now, we're gonna have this side, you're gonna be left with 1344, and then plus 23x, which is equal to, you're gonna multiply this, the one here 19.1 into 72 plus x, because we're looking for x. Then now this side, let's solve this one. So 19.1 multiplied by 72.
And
1375.2.
1375.2. Okay, then plus 19.1x, 0.1x, like this. So this side normally 1344, 1344, then plus 23x. Okay, so if it's like this, which method are you going to use? Because now you have this one. I always call them the ones with x. I always call them best friend. This
we
one's
can
best.
group them. We can group the like terms.
Yes. Then we're gonna take this one. So let's group them. So we're going to have what?
1375.2 minus 1344.
Okay, let's start with this one. 1375.2 minus
1344.
4. Okay, which is equal to
23 minus 19.1. 23x minus 19.1x.
yeah, 23x minus 19.1x, which is equal to
We can just divide both sides by 23 minus 19.1.
the one with x. How much did you
We
get?
can divide both sides by 3.9x.
3.9x.
3.9x. Then this side, I need this one. The one we want you minus with 1344.
You get 31.2.
31.2. Then we divide it with 3.9.
3.9.
Then you cancel out 3.9 this side. Therefore, the value of x is equal to
8.
8. And that's how you calculate the value of x. And you go back here, then x, which is 8. After getting 8, to make sure your answer is correct, you go here, you're going to substitute this on a calculator with that method. You get the mean. If the mean is equal to 19.1, then it means that your x is correct. Or if you're fully lazy and maybe you feel like you don't have much time, you can just test each value like 8, 12, 3, 10, 18. If you can substitute them there on your calculator, then you get 19.1, then it means it's correct. All right, so any questions? All right, now let's go to question 17. It's based on chapter 4. Okay, suppose x is equal to 6. The mode of the data set is, remember, we are dealing with what? Grouped continuous data. Ne? So with the group continuous data, we look at the highest frequency. The highest frequency is 22. 22. So for you to get the mode, it's like you are looking for the midpoint. So you're gonna say 8 plus 14. 8 plus 14, you divide it by 2 for the mode. Because we are dealing with group continuous data. So how much are you getting? 8 plus 14 divided by 2?
11.
Which is 11. If let's say they said then the model interval of the data set is, we were going to take 8 and 14, like this one is D. The answer will be D if they wanted a model interval. Oh yeah. Then let's go to this one. So any questions? 2 marks. All right, let's go to question 18, chapter 4. Wait, the range. Chapter 5, yes. So, chapter 5. Okay, let's see. So now, at the range, remember, we know that the range is equal to the maximum value minus the minimum value. Minus the minimum value. So now, you go here, ne, to your intervals. The minimum is 2. The maximum is 38. The minimum is 2, maximum is 38. Then you say 38 minus 2, and it's going to give you 6. Then you get your free 2 marks. So yeah, any questions? All right, okay, let's move to this one. Use the following information to answer question 19 to 20. Okay, so got this one from question 19. This is first one, the median, the third quarter, chapter 4. All right, so can you guys try this one on your side? I think from now on, I'm gonna get answers from you guys to make sure that you are not sleeping, because I know that with online sessions, the student, they will just join AMA sessions and then you just put your laptop there. Then you see, someone will speak, you join online sessions while you're busy cooking. So let's get the answers for this one. I know that the answers are there, ne? There's a memo, but if you give me a question to say that the answer is option D, the answer is option A, I'm gonna ask you, how did you get to that option? So that you can also explain to other students. So yeah, let's get the answer. Anyone with question 19? I'm gonna give you guys maybe 3 minutes to do this one. Even 2 minutes.
We can't see the values.
Okay. Okay, let me do this. Can you see now?
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
Anyone who got the answer? Or you are still busy with the calculations?
Yeah, bro.
That's why I see. That's why I said talk around. Okay, is this one correct? The Roman
Roman
figure
figure one is not correct.
No.
Okay, this one is not correct. All of you guys, you all know why we are saying that it's not correct, right? Because we don't want to leave anyone behind. You all know, ne? If you don't, please just say no, I don't, or you can just use that emoji of raising your hand. Don't be shy.
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, the reason why the option Roman figure one is correct because I get they are saying the mean here is greater than the median. You see this one where they put something like this here. It stands for the median. I want greater than the mode. So if they tell us so, we call this skewed to the right. It's positively skewed. Positively skewed. These people are making this. It's positively skewed. So we always say that this is Bona. They said this mean is greater than the median, is greater than the mode. They say that it's the data is skewed to the left. No, the data is skewed to the right. So that's why this option is incorrect. You got it now.
Yes.
All right. Okay, then what about Roman figure 2?
It's correct.
The Roman figure 2 is correct. Do you all know, all of you guys, do you all know why the Roman figure 2 is correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. What about Roman figure 3?
It's incorrect. Incorrect.
Incorrect. Okay. All of you guys, you know the reason why it's incorrect. If you don't, please let me know. Ne? Because now remember, this is your last exam. I'm not talking about second opportunity exam because I don't believe that you guys will. I don't believe that the student who joined my session now will write second opportunity typed out. Because now you can see that this thing is easy. Or what? I don't think that you guys should write second one. So this is your last exam for statistics, and make sure that you get distinction with this module. If you want 70%, it's going to depend on your target. If If you want 70% as your module mark, make sure that you're going to get that in the exam, because the exam is going to be easy. You just apply the theories and the calculations. So that's what I'm saying, that if you don't understand, just let me know. You can just use that emoji of raising your hand, or you can unmute your mic and ask. Okay, then what about option 5, the Roman figure 4?
It's correct.
So now the correct option is Roman figure 2 and Roman figure 5, which is option E, the answer. So any questions? All right, let's go to question 20. Question 20, let's see, click the train about which one? The quartile 1, 2, 3, take this rule. See that this chapter 4. Okay. I can also make it chapter 4 and 5 because it's based on those two chapters. 5. Okay, so got this one. You are given the mean, the Q1 as the lower quartile, Q2 as the median, Q3 as the third quartile. They say you must use, look at this one, you must use Tekis rule to do what? To determine whether the data set contains any outliers. Okay, let's go here. You must use Tekis rule. So let's go here. Okay, I'm going to show you the two formulas. But when under Tekis rule, just know chapter 4 and 5. With the minute they mention Tekis rule, we have formula number 1 here, and we have formula number 2 here. So I'm going to ask you something. Between these two formulas, between these two, which one will be the formula for the upper bound? I can remember with the Tekis rule is either you're dealing with the lower bound or you're dealing with the upper bound. So between these two formulas, which one will be the formula for the upper bound?
The second one. Q3 plus 1,5 QR.
Great, correct. Then this one will be the one for the lower bound. This one will be the one for the, but this one will be the one for the lower bound. So let's go back to our question. If you are fast, please let me know. This one. This one. So I want you now guys to calculate Tekis rule. I want you guys now to calculate the 1 year upper bound and the lower bound. Then after we can discuss the answer. But now the answer is going to be A, B, C, D, E, or yeah. I want you guys to use those formulas that I've showed you, the two formulas, the upper bound formula and the lower bound. Then please let me know when you have done. So let me show you guys the formulas now, so that you can write them down. The two formulas.
The upper bound is
this one. Yeah, please write them down. I'm just gonna give you guys 2 minutes for this one, then I'll go back to, because I felt that you got the answer. So I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to copy the form, just write it down, and then we'll go back to the question.
upper bound is 69,500.
69,500.
Lower bound is negative 22,500.
Yeah, let me write it here. Okay, you said the upper bound is
69,500.
69,500. Then the lower bound?
Negative 22,500.
Negative 22,500. Like this. So now let's check. Now we got the answer for the upper bound and the lower bound. We need to determine whether the data set contains any outliers. So which option are you going to take here as your answer?
The data set has no outliers.
Okay. Why? Reason?
Our data falls in between the two values. There's nothing outside the upper bound. There's nothing outside the lower bound.
Okay. So if it was one of the students who doesn't even understand the values that you're talking about, which values are you talking about?
Q1, Q2, Q3, even if we had the minimum and the maximum, it will fall in.
So you're saying that 24,000, 12,000, 20,000, 35,000, they both fall under the range of 69,000 and minus 22,000, or outside. Is it like they fall under inside or outside?
Inside.
Yeah, that's correct. Because I need to make that even other students, they also understand. Because I know that there are students who are trying to ask questions. Like, no, how do you get to that point where you say that it's outside, it's the answer is C, the data set has no outliers. So yeah, I need to make sure that you guys understand. Other students who are shy, so that they also understand. So yeah. So you all understand that question so that you can proceed to the next one. So I need to make sure that you guys understand. So yeah, any more questions? Yeah. So any questions? So you can now see that the answer will be option C. The data set has no outliers. So let's look at this one. Question 21. So question 21 is based on chapter 4. So question 21 say that the researcher chooses a random sample of 60. So you can see that n is equal to 60. Né? Household in purchased room to determine how many vehicles each of them owns. Now the results of the sample are summarized in the following frequency table. So now remember we have 3 types of data. Right? It's ungrouped data set. You are given a data set like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Then you also have grouped continuous data where you are dealing with intervals. Né? Then you also have a grouped discrete data. So this one is based on grouped discrete data because when you look at the number of vehicles, you start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you are required to calculate what? The third quartile. Né? The third quartile. So I want you guys to try this one. And try to get the third quartile. Remember, when they say calculate the third quartile, they don't want the position because there's a difference between a question model where they say calculate the position of the third quartile. That one, you know that 3 into n plus 1 divided by 4. That's how you calculate the position. But if they say calculate the value or the third quartile, they just want to calculate the value, not the position. But remember, you can start by using the position formula of the third quadrant. Then after then, you go straight, then you will find the third quadrant. So I'm going to give you guys maybe, let's say 5 minutes for this one, 5 minutes for the third quadrant. So are you guys done? The third quartile.
Yes.
Okay, what is the answer?
2,75.
Yeah, 2,75. Do you guys agree that the answer is 2.75, or this one? Maybe anyone who got the different answer?
Yes, we agree.
Okay, that's great. If you don't understand, please let me know. Okay, let's continue. Use the full information to answer question 22. Question 22. To answer question 22. So, okay, university professor aim to evaluate the typing speed of students enrolled in a computer science course, interesting course, computer science course. So upon completion of an assessment, she recorded the words per minute scores of 12 students. She generated the following box plot to summarize her findings. Okay. So here, when we look at this box plot, I agree, you know that with the box plot, but box plot using 5-number summary. Minimum, lower quartile, median, third quartile, maximum. It's a 5-number summary. But look at this. When you look at this now, between this side here and this side, which side you're gonna be? You're gonna put your minimum.
And then we start from 0, going to the other side. Okay, we're starting from the bottom. The minimum will be at the bottom.
Okay, from here. I don't know, you know that when you draw your box plot, you're gonna have something like this. Like this. Okay, but before that, is there like any student who's still busy with question 21? Or you're all
Yes.
done? You're still busy with it? Before we move to question 22. Okay. You said the minimum will be, again, now we are on this one. This question, we're analyzing this question. You said that, I can remember the minimum, the 5-number summary, the minimum, the lower quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. So I was asking, between this here, this line and this one, which part are you going to put like as your minimum?
Say
At the
someone is
bottom,
raising
where
their
there's
hand.
10.
Okay, that will be the
Our
minimum.
10 is our minimum.
Then this one will be the lower quartile. This one will be the median. This one will be the upper quartile. The upper quartile, and this one will be the maximum. Okay, that's great.
Say someone
Yes.
is raising a hand.
Yeah, you can unmute your mic. Person was raising. You can please unmute your mic.
Maybe the person is scared to talk, but then I saw the message. She was asking how we got 2,75 at question 21.
Okay, question 21. Yeah, I see it's 2 students who are asking about 2.75. Okay, let's scroll up here. Okay. So you are the one who gave me that answer of 2.75, ne?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get to that 2.75?
Okay, and then we have a column of number of vehicles, the frequency. So I created another column for cumulative frequency. And then I calculated my position of third quartile. After finding the position, I took the number corresponding to that, the number corresponding to the position, which is 45,75. Then the number corresponding to it, it's 2. Then the number following 2, it's 3. So I'm gonna use that formula that is saying 80th plus Yeah, you know the formula, guys. I'm gonna say that 2, which is corresponding with 45, which is the position, 2 plus 0.75, and then open brackets, 2 minus 3, which is those brackets, they indicate multiplication. Then you use your calculator, you're gonna find 2.75.
Okay, great. Do you guys understand how she got to 2.75? Or is there anyone who used a different method? Because there's another method you can use, because there are 2 methods.
Don't be quiet, take over and use the other method. Show this girl.
As I told you guys, please don't be shy, because you are assisting other students. Means that all of you guys understand. I want you guys after writing your first job, because it's possible you might get your marks same day, or you might get them within 5 days. So I don't want to see a lot of messages in the groups. Hey, those are not my marks. Hey, I can't get 20, 30. I want to see you guys complain or no, I was supposed to get 80, but I got 75 or I got 78. You see, a lot of you guys getting distinction. So if you are shy, feel like you don't want to, I know we don't see you. So yeah, just unmute your mic and ask a question. We don't see you, we don't see your face and so on. So please don't be shy. Because I believe there's a method that you can use. There are 2 methods. The first one that you have explained, and there's another one that I know. I think that one I explained during yesterday's consultations. Yeah, that one with zeros and what. So I know there's someone who got 2.75 using the person used that method. So I want that person to explain that method before on my side. I can explain the method, but if you all keep quiet, then I have no choice but to explain the method. So yeah. So in one,
Please explain the method.
I thought you guys know the method. There was someone, man. I know there's someone got. I agree. When I asked what is the answer, I think 2 or 3 students responded by 2.75, ne? And the other student explained how she got 2.75. Now the remaining 2 students, I want to know which method did you guys use? Did you use the method that she was explaining, or you used a different one?
Let me just send mine on the group. Maybe people will understand when they see it written.
Yeah, please send it in the group. And I'm going to explain the other one on my side. Okay, it's fine. Okay, let me explain the one I know, the simpler one. But if with this one, man, that was lazy. Okay, let's see. They want the 3rd quartile, they want Q3. Okay, so we need to find the position of Q3. Position of Q3 is equal to what? The formula is equal to 3 into n plus 1 divided by 4. You all know this formula, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So this is equal to 3 into, what is the value of n? Which is equal to 60. N is equal to 60. Then you're going to put 60 here and plus 1 divided by 4. And then you get the answer. So can I get the answer?
45.75.
Okay, that's 45.75. Okay, it's fine. 45.75, ne? So we know already when you are calculating either Q1 or Q3 and you get 2 decimals, you're going to use that method where you say that Q3 is equal to the 50%. So, okay, plus 0.75 like this into the 46, the 46 value minus the 45 value, the one on 45, ne? Like this. Like this one. So now we're going to check the position, the value of position 45 plus 0.75 and the value of position 46, y minus earlier go 45. Ne? Okay, So let's do it like this. Did you send that one on in the group? Okay,
So I
I see
did.
that. Okay, it's fine. So let's start with that one, and then we're gonna do the second one. So we're gonna do two methods. Then you guys will choose between those two methods. I know some they will prefer the first one, some they prefer the second method. It's gonna depend on, because we are not the same. Okay? So let's see. So with the method she sent in the group, so after finding the position, which is 45, so on her side, this is what she did. I'm gonna write it here. I get bonally the vehicles. Okay, I think I'm gonna just edit here from this question. So on her side, she calculated the cumulative frequency. I want CF. I'm gonna put CF, cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, then actual 9 here, 9,
24, 9, 24,
24,
45,
and 45,
55,
55,
58, and 60.
58, and 60. 60 will be the last one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you correspond? So actually I got 45 as the position. 45 as 45.75 as position. So I check out that 45. It belongs to which vehicle? I guess it's 1, 2, 3. So it's vehicle number 3. So 1, 2, 3 on number 2, which is on number 2. So we know what if you use this formula, remember with the two decimals, we need the position as 46 and 45. So the one you go to go 46 is gonna be on number 3. It's between vehicle number 2 and number 3. So at the end, I got those two values. And about 2, like this, I use this formula here. Are 2 plus 0.75 into 3 minus 2, because I got 3 position I go 46, I got 2 position number go 45. Then you got 2 plus 0.75 like this, 2 plus 0.75 into 3 minus 2, and then that's when you're going to get 2.75 like this, 2.75 or what, like this. So step 1, you're going to create a column for cumulative frequency. Then you check your position, or you got 45, and then you're gonna check this 45. I it's 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. Equal vehicle number 2. So meaning that 45.75 position now is between 46 and 45. So 45 get 2. You got 3 over 46. Then you use this formula here. Just use this formula, then you get 2.75. That's the first method. Let's go to the second one. So with the second one, that one, if that one, make sure which you are not lazy. That's that method. So let's go to see here. Let's go to the second method. Let's see. Second method, I think I'm gonna this one here. Yeah, this one. Second method, you're still gonna use the same formula. You see this formula of 45 plus 0. You're still gonna use that one. Second method, we are going to write down the data. They are position 45 and position 46. That's why I said that with the second method, the best one, even this one, but I remember because we're not the same. Some they will prefer first method, some they prefer second method. So second method, we check. We check here. We have how many zeros? 0 J 9. You can write them down. Okay, I agree. You will be given that thing, answer script or something. That thing that way you have to write down the workings and what when you're busy calculating. You'll be given that thing. So use that thing. So in answer 9. So when I say 1 and then 2, you can also use this method when you calculate the median. This method can work for you when you calculate the median. Calculate the median, first quartile, second quartile is the median, and the third quartile. So you're gonna write zeros. Teacher 9. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, it's for the zeros. Teacher 9. This one, J9. And then remember, you don't have to write everything. The aim here is to reach position 45 and position 46 or 1. So that's just to give you guys a hint. I'm not gonna write everything, but just to give you a hint. Then the 1, you're gonna write check ID 15. Then you're gonna write 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, remember, you don't have to write everything. You don't have to write 5. The aim is to reach position 45 and position 46. you choose to get those values, or when you count, like you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You will see that on position 45, let's say I'm just giving an example. Let's say it's 1, position 46 is 1 for EG. You go back to a formula like this one, you substitute those values, plus 0.75 into that one and also minus the other one. Then you get the answer. You'll get the answer is 2.75. So you can just choose whether you want to use first method or second method. So it's depending, so that you don't forget one. So that's why I'll say that some they will prefer to use the first method, some they'll prefer to use the second method. So try the second method and see if you will definitely get 2.75. So yeah. So any questions? If you let's say you still don't understand. If let's say if you use the first method and you don't understand how to get to the answer, you can just send me a message now. Then I'm gonna check out the messages after the session. If you don't understand, please send me a message now. Then I'm gonna check after the session. So yeah. Yeah, so let's move to question 22. Question 22. What is the quartile division? That's chapter 5. Chapter 5. So got this one. It says if Q3 is equal to 44.75, what is the approximate value of the quartile division, QD? Remember, this QD is equal to interquartile range, QR. QR divided by 2. And remember, the QR, the interquartile range, if for my Q3 minus Q1, which is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So now, here, already we're given Q3. The only thing that we need here is we need Q1, the first quartile. So how do you get the first quartile? We know that this is the minimum, this is the lower quartile, this is the median, the upper quartile, and the maximum. So here, we're going to check. We have already we have Q3 as 44.75. Now we need Q1. So I want Q1 is going to be somewhere here. So somewhere
Which is
here.
going to be
This one. So the value of Q1 will be between 20 and 25. It's going to be how much here? Let's try to estimate the value of Q1. When we get this one, it's going to be how much?
24, 23.
22.
20,
23, 22.
23, 22.
Yeah.
Let's see. 23. 23, yeah, 23, 20. So yeah, let's take 22.
Yeah, 23.
22, 23. Okay, so now we're gonna say 44.75. Let's take 22 because I think the way we check, I think 22.5. Yeah, 44.75 minus 22.5 divided by 2 and then check the answer for estimation. But when someone also used that method or what that one there, the second method, then you will also get 2.75.
It's 11,125.
Which is this one, option B. All right, correct. Any questions? All right, okay. This one is chapter 6. Theory questions. Chapter 6. Then, okay, let's see. Question 24. There's a Pearson correlation coefficient. We know that it measures the relationship between X and Y. Measures the direction and strength of the linear relationship between the two continuous variables. They're talking about X and Y. So which one of the following values of R indicates the strongest negative correlation? This one is just 2 marks, 2 marks. So what will be the answer?
B. Letter B.
Yeah.
Minus 0.92, the strongest negative correlation. So this one is chapter 6. Chapter 6. Okay, then let's go to which one? Use the following information to answer question 25 to question 26. So the following table contains the number of fireworks used in millions and the number of fireworks related inquiries for 6 consecutive years. So check, we have X, we have Y. Ne? To get the equation, you go to your calculator. Ne? On your calculator, you're going to choose that method of Sttn, then you choose A plus BX. Then you'll see 2 tables. You'll see X and Y. You substitute them the way they are, the values of X with the values of Y. Ne? You get after. Then I think you guys know how to do that. Ne? You know how to get the value of A and B. Then you get the equation. Yes. If you don't, please send me a message on WhatsApp. Ne? I'm gonna check my messages after the session. Then you get the value of A and B. So I want you guys now to substitute those values in the calculator and get the value of A and B so that we can get the equation.
The answer is E.
The answer is E. Did you guys also get the value of E? I mean, the answer is E.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Okay, all of you, before you proceed to the next question. All right, okay. Question 26. Question 26. Now, using the estimated least square regression line to predict the number of fireworks related injuries for a year in which 200 million fireworks were used. Is an example of, you can see by just looking at the number that they gave you, that number in which 200 million. So it's got, the answer will be
extrapolation.
why extrapolation?
2 million is far from what we're using, from the data that we're given. 200 million, I mean.
Yes, it's far. 200. So the answer will be the extrapolation. So this one is based on chapter 6. Chapter 6. Even this one here, chapter 6. Okay, then question 27, chapter 7, time series. Time series. So, okay, this is theory questions. Question 28, long-term trend, regular. This one is movement components, chapter 7. Let's get your questions. So let's go to question 29. Question 29, chapter 7, time series. I'm going to focus more on the calculations. So let's see. So the following data set contains industrial sales rent, okay, in millions in South Africa from 2017 to 2024. You must determine the equation of the estimated least square trend line by making use of the zero-sum method. One of the things you must make use of the zero-sum method. Guys, check, ne? Go chapter 6. You were given X and Y. Ne? It was easy for you. Like, I think it was easy for you to find the equation of the least square equation because you are given X and Y. But here, go chapter 7. They're not going to give you the X values. But now they are going to give you the Y values. They give you, most of the time, they will give you the years as the periods, ne? The year. So when on your side, you are going to calculate what we call the zero-sum method, or they call it the transformed X values. So the transformed X values, number one, you need the middle period. The middle period, just think about the median. When you're given a data set, you take out the median. Like for EG, the middle period here, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, or what? 4. Then let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So around which order? Now the median is between these two values, between 2020 and 2021. Or one, the median or the middle period is between this. Because now when you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to get the middle period by saying 2020. You're going to say 2020 plus 2021. 2020 plus 2021 plus, and then 2021 then divide it by 2. Then you get your middle period. Ne? After getting your middle period, I think you're gonna get 2020.5. Yeah, please check. Just check to verify. 2020.5. Ne? 2020.5. So after, now you need the x. You need to get the value of x. Since you used this method, why even? Remember, there are two methods. There's a odd method and the even method. The minute now you have to find the middle period, and you see that you have two values there. The number of years is 2 of them. The minute you add them, you divide them by 2, automatically apply to the even. So A apply to the even. You're going to say that x now is equal to 2 into the ith period. I'm going to explain the ith period method minus the middle period. We say that one of the median, or 1, 2, like this. So this ith period, give it 2017 for each. The first x value would be 2017, like 2 into 2017 minus 2020.5. That's the first x value. The second one, 2 into 2018 minus 2020.5 as your middle period, close bracket. You get the second x value. Till you reach this one at 2024 minus 2020.5, 2 into that thing, or 1. So that method is for the even. But now, what happens if, let's say, you look at the question like this, but you only get one number? Let's say the correspondence is 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The middle one, let's say it was 2021. That one automatically it applies go odd. So go odd, you just say x is equal to the ith period like this minus the middle period like this. Then you are done. You don't need 2 into. We only use 2 into if you are dealing with the even one. So yeah. Then you get the, once you get the transformed x values, you're going to put it here. You write down your x values here. Then after, now you have x, this one will be y. You go to your calculator, on that table x and y, you substitute your values. You get the equation, you get the value of a and b. Then you get your estimated least square equation. One. So yeah. So any questions? Please let me know if one. Any more questions? So many guys are good, ne? Okay. Correct. One. Okay. Okay, then this one, question chapter 8, the experiment, then the set of, this one is chapter 8. Chapter 8. And then theory questions, even this one is chapter 8. Chapter 8, theory questions. Then the probability starts from here. Okay, from question 32, ne? Chapter 8. Chapter 8. Which question do you want me to explain now? Starting from question 32. Again, now we are done with that one. The one we have to find the transformed x values. Then the other questions are theory questions. So from here to question 32, which question do you want me to explain? Question 32, question 33, the one that you feel like you don't understand. I'm just gonna give you maybe 2 minutes to look at this one and let me know if you want me to explain. Maybe question 32 or question 33. Which one do you think like you don't even understand, you don't know the method you're going to use between question 32 and question 33? So you all sorted with question 32 and 33.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And question 34. Question 34 is based on chapter 12. For those who are asking about chapter 12, whether chapter 12 is it theory questions or calculations. Chapter 12 is theory questions. Ne? It's theory, chapter 12. Then even the last one here, it's theory. So chapter 12 on this question paper, last year's question paper, was only 2 questions. Chapter 12. So yeah. So I think that's the end of the question paper. If you guys don't have problem with question 23, then I think then that will be the end of our session for today's session. And good luck guys with the exam that you guys are going to write on Monday. And go and nail that question paper and it's been shared. Get 100%, 90%, 95, 80%. So yeah, remember we're going to have another session tomorrow with I think it's going to be hosted by my colleague. So now on my side, I think I'm done. So, but if you have any questions over the weekend, yeah, I think I can answer. But I'm not gonna have, unfortunately, I'm not gonna have any session on Sunday. So yeah, but there's a session tomorrow, but it's not hosted by me, by my colleague. So yeah, please attend that session. So yeah, so I think that will be the end of our session. Come go. But if you still have a question, please let me know. You can just ask a question if you still have a question.